SmartSlides is a hands-free multimodal system for dynamically controlling slideshow presentations. Let's walk through SmartSlides behind the scenes. SmartSlides has two forms of input in addition to the baseline mouse clicks, which usually control presentations. These are speech and gesture. Using WebKit speech recognition and the Leap Motions gesture toolkit, we created an interface that allows users to dynamically command their slideshows while in presentation mode. Specifically, speakers can start their presentations, turn on a laser pointer, create circles on their slides in specific locations, and highlight text or areas on their slides using simple speech commands and hand positioning. Further, speakers can freely control the laser pointer and swipe in the air to navigate slides. To integrate a slides presentation, we automatically convert it to a PowerPoint using the Slides API, and then convert that to HTML, which we can embed directly into our site. As we'll discuss more later, it's surprisingly impossible to go directly from slides to fully manipulatable HTML, which is why we go through PowerPoint.
Before we show our Implementation Studio user study, here's a quick roadmap recap. Last time we presented our system, we did not yet have an integrated slides presentation, and the gesture and speech recognition did not yet have UI outputs. Now we can integrate Google Slides, PowerPoint, or Keynote presentations. We've connected our speech and gesture recognition to the slideshow control, and we also added real-time highlighting and circle drawing. You'll see these in action when we show our user study video on the next slide. Next up, we plan to iterate on the end-to-end UI, after which we'll do a third user study, and then based on that feedback, we'll implement additional features and customizations. Now let's watch our current end-to-end system in action.
Oh, cool. Okay, so this is a speech and gesture commands. Okay, great. So now I know what to do. Okay. Next. Start. Oh, great. Oh, very cool. User research by user. That's me. Great. Stop. Next. You'll see here, there are a couple different bullet points on the slide, and I've prepared thoroughly for this presentation through interviews, surveys, usability evaluations, and other forms. Okay, great. Next. This is clear as day. Swipe. Nice. Okay. Highlight. Start. Stop. Oh, nice. Okay. Great. A circle. Oh, very cool. Laser. This is so sweet. SmartSlides. Is that the name? That's a very cool name. Let's see. Circle. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll leave it at 2 circles.
Our user gave valuable feedback regarding the different components of our system, which we have already begun to tweak for our project. The first was that swiping left and right would be a more natural hand motion for switching a slide back and forth. We originally chose the up motion because it had the highest accuracy when measuring with precision and recall formulas as discussed in class. However, we understand the trade-off between a slightly lower accuracy system and user intuitiveness, so we have already changed this control. Now, a right swipe with the right hand moves to the next slide, and a left swipe with the left hand links the command to navigate to the previous slide. Unfortunately, our methodology of cueing left and right keyboard button presses from gestures was unsuccessful in this iteration of the project, so our slide navigation temporarily takes advantage of simulated clicking, which only controls the next slide and not previous slide functionality. We plan to fine-tune this process for the final implementation. Lastly, our user found that the highlight feature was not intuitive to use, which you can see in the video. We have begun to experiment with alternative methods to highlighting and additional instructions to clarify the process.
For this round of development, the biggest challenge was still embedding the presentation. After many attempts, we found that Google security is just too secure, so we decided to use the Slides export to PowerPoint feature. With PowerPoints, we can then export to HTML and use it in our site directly. On the bright side, this workaround means our system now supports Google Slides, PowerPoint, and Keynote presentations. To make this feel seamless for the user, we're working on fully automating the process of converting to HTML. Even with the embedded Slides HTML though, key presses are still a bit unresponsive. So if anyone has experience working with programmatic key presses, we'd love to hear your feedback. Finally, some more concluding questions we have. Number one, should the final product have speech debug output, or would that be distracting for users? Two, are there any additional gestures or speech commands you'd find helpful when giving a presentation? And finally, again, if anyone has suggestions for fixing our programmatic key presses, we would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you.